He kualoha
My Uncle's Adventure. My Uncle Iakobo comes from a little group of islands in the Central Pacific called Kiribati. At 36 years of age, he arrived in Australia in 2006 to start a new life and to marry my Auntie Shelley. He met my auntie while she was teaching in Kiribati and fallen in love. A lack of employment and lack of educational opportunities in Kiribati prompted Uncle Iakobo and Auntie Shelley to settle in Australia. Together they believed that Australia could offer better opportunities for both of them to succeed with good employment and further their lifestyle. Iakobo was encouraged by some members of his family and workmates to go to Australia thinking he was lucky. He may have been lucky, but Uncle Iakobo had to leave behind his land. Like all Indigenous people, he is very connected to his island and nation. His homeland is an island that is very beautiful. He had to leave his family and friends. His favourite food, such as dry fish and kamaimai, which is a syrup from the coconut tree, just like honey. And a community life where everybody is close and neighbours were treated like family. Coming to Australia, Iakobo was very happy, excited, but also scared. Even though he had been overseas before, this was different. He was scared and anxious about his new life. He applied for a spouse visa because Auntie Shelley is an Australian and she could sponsor him. He made his visa application to the Australian High Commission in Kiribati, then waited 7 months to see if he could go to Australia. The spouse visa allowed Uncle Iakobo to have rights and to work, but there were some requirements. He had to marry within 9 months of arrival, and he and Auntie Shelley were monitored by the Australian government, and he had to show he was trying to be involved in the community. After 9 months, he got a bridging visa. This allowed Uncle Iakobo 500 hours of English education to take. He did this and had some positive experiences with people from a lot of other countries who were all experiencing the same thing he was. He was able to go on an excursion with these tutors and classmates, which gave him new freedom and confidence. He waited 2 years before applying for permanent residency. During this whole time, Uncle Iakobo was a little anxious. Even though he had an Australian wife and an Australian-born son, there was still no guarantee that he would gain permanent residence. This waiting made Uncle Iakobo anxious, unsettled and sad. So the first few years of his journey was difficult. It was costly also, there was upheaval because Uncle Iakobo left his country and family and land. On the positive, within 4 years of being in Brisbane, Uncle Iakobo established language and some higher education and had a part-time work as an aged care worker. Then he and Auntie Shelley made the decision to go back to Auntie Shelley's hometown of Mackay to raise their son in a regional area. This move was good for Uncle Iakobo, as it was easy to get a job. He developed his language and gained his driver's license, therefore gaining some independence in this new country. There were other Kiribati people in Mackay, and as time went on, Auntie Shelley and Uncle Iakobo were instrumental in their funding and supporting other Kiribati people who trade in Mackay, partially health care workers such as nurses. Overall, Iakobo's experience as a migrant was very positive. However, he did have some injustice. Uncle Iakobo was dark-skinned and often mistaken as an Aboriginal man. He was insulted a number of times. Uncle Iakobo has been able to share his own culture with others. He has kept his customs and traditions alive. Dance and artifacts from Kiribati are still very much part of his life. There are traditional sleeping and sitting mats in his house. He continues to wear the traditional lava at home. He is patriotic and always celebrates Independence Day. He is highly religious and has kept his Catholic faith alive in Australia. He misses his family and extended community of neighbours and friends. Village concept is one he misses. The greatest sadness was that there was a little communication with his family. Kiribati is a developing country and very few people have access to phones or any communication devices. Telecommunication is poor. He misses speaking and hearing his native language, even though he speaks it regularly with Rawi, his son, and other Kiribati community members. He misses his homeland. There will be a strong connection to his land. Iakobo hopes his son Rawi will keep a connection to Kiribati, as it is his father's homeland. Iakobo feels privileged to have two cultures, Kiribati and Australian. Uncle Iakobo hopes that the world will realise that climate change is a reality and is affecting many cultures and traditions. Uncle Iakobo's dream of a good life in Australia has been fulfilled. There have been many opportunities. He is grateful and thankful. He has worked hard and has two great cultures. My Uncle Iakobo has been unwell of bowel cancer for the past 3 years and gently died on Tuesday the 9th, 2016 when I was preparing this project. May he gently be taken home. Amen.